board or something.
Yeah, just to remind myself a lot of things. And
Okay, is
because
it
I,
for
yeah,
task or because some people put that for like vision board instead of like there's different ways of doing it, isn't it? That's one of the ways.
yeah.
Post-it notes.
I work in customer care environment, and I have to keep it, make a note of, just to inspire myself.
Yeah,
Whatever things comes in my mind, just note it down and stick it there.
yeah. Sort of like a
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Suvi, first of all. And I'm going to, this is just a recording,
Yeah.
and I will edit it later. And let me start the interview. Okay. Hello, Sashika, Namaste. This is Harminder Kaur, an online business entrepreneur, full-time working mom based in Ontario, Canada. And I'm a part of such a great business community where I'm getting a chance to acquaint with the people from different professional backgrounds. We have so many inspirational people in our business community. And I'm so privileged to introduce one of the prominent business partner. Her name is Dr. Susie Jacob. She is a general practitioner by profession, and she is online business coach and mentor. Her journey is full of inspirations. My work, I'm just going out of words. I can't explain in my words because whenever we hear her stories, when we are listening her, each and every time, it is full of motivation. So without further ado, let me introduce Dr. Susie Jacob. I will invite her on the stage. Dr. Susie Jacob, first of all, thank you for accepting my invitation.
That's all right, Harman. Then thank you for your kind words. I think you just you were too kind, I have to say.
Oh,
I'm glad you're inspired, but I think
because
you're too kind.
you are such a great personality. So when you talk with a person, when you introduce with a person, um, I'm just running out of words. I'm just running out of words. So, Dr. Susie, let me start our interview. I really appreciate if you tell my audience about yourself.
Sure, Harminder. Hi. For those who don't know me and those who are new to our pages, I'd like to introduce myself. So, my name is Dr. Susie Jacob. I am a general practitioner, like what Harminder said, in the UK. I am still a practicing GP, but along with that, I do an online business just like Harminder. I'm an online business coach. I've been now doing this business for the past 3.5 years. And I have to say, it's been the best decision I've ever made in my life. It's completely changed the trajectory, of my life. Of course, when I started this business, like anyone else, I started because I wanted to make money on the side. But this business is more than money for me at the moment. It's like kind of it grounded me. It brought me back to, even like I felt I was spiritually a bit distant. It's brought me closer to God. And it's amazing, because why would a business, you would think, bring you back to God and stuff like that, but it really did. It's changed my mindset. So I had a spiritual transformation, I had a mental transformation. I aspire to live more healthy. And it's helped me to improve relationships. And I think once you do all those kind of things, the money just follows. Money is just a byproduct of all those things that has transformed in your life, really. So for me, that's what it's done. I live in the UK with my husband, who used to be a private chef. Within 14 months into the business, I was able to completely retire him from his private chef job. And mind you, he was earning as much as a full-time GP. People sometimes think, why did I retire him first before me? Because he used to travel quite a bit. He used to travel a day more than 120 miles, while I work either from home or like 4 minutes from where I live. So for me, my priority at that point in time was to retire him completely. And I became part-time, working half the hours that I did when I started the business. And of course, the most important thing, I am a more present parent to my 17-year-old daughter, and we are able to travel together. So
Oh,
yeah, so it's been an amazing journey.
Amazing, amazing, doctor. Such a great business opportunity we are getting because you mentioned I'm now spiritually closed. What a business it is! It brings closer to
Yeah,
spirituality, right? To
yeah,
brings
it does.
closer to our religion, positive mindset. This is what this the blessing of this business is. The beauty of this business is.
Mhm.
So my next question for you is, Dr. Susie, what inspires you to explore something on the online space? You're a general practitioner. Already you're making a lot of money from your profession. So what is the reason why you, I mean to say, explore this online business?
Sure. I think that's a very, very common question because I am, even though I'm part time, I'm still a higher earner in the UK. I'm a very senior GP. So, yeah, so I'm still a higher earner in spite of being. So, you can imagine I was even earning higher than what I was as a general practitioner when I was full time, and my husband was earning as much as a GP. So, for us, it wasn't about the money because we were making money, but it was the burnout because that sort of money we made by trading our time. So for me, the burnout was that if I don't work, I don't get paid. It's as simple as that. So if you have to work that hard to earn that much money, you get exhausted. And then, you have to think, how long can you work with that sort of pace? When I was in my early when I passed my MBBS exams in my mid 20s and things like that, and I remember working 1 week continuously, night and day. And after doing that 1 week, I felt like I was on top of the world. I was not married, I was not having any kids, and for you that time it's work and study, and that's it, that's your world, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought I could do that till I was 65. So my grandmother, she retired, bless her, she's no longer with us, but she retired as a nursing matron at 70. But then she lived in a different era. If she
Mm,
was now alive, she'd be more than 4 years old, actually, if she was alive
yeah,
today. So she lived in a different era. And I guess in that time, you could work if you wanted to till you were 70. And I think my father, then by the time she was 70, my father forced her into retirement because he was working. And it's like, why are you working even now? So I thought I would be somebody like that, really. But times
mm,
have changed. Like when she was working, there was nothing like, now people are out to sue you for the simplest of things.
yeah,
People are out to sue you, and everything, you practice medicine more like defensive. Are you covering your backside? It's like that. Obviously my grandmother worked in a time when it wasn't like that. People were more grateful and they were more
yeah,
forgiving at that
yeah,
time, but now
yeah,
people are just out to get you. So it's always
exactly.
a stressful kind of job. And if you were to
Mhm.
do more hours just because you have to pay your bills, it's no fun. Now, doing the profession because you love your profession, and you don't have to, like how I'm working at the moment. I'm working now very, very part time, and I work because I want to work. I want to work, and I want to still keep up my registration because otherwise I lose it. And that is out of choice. Having
Mhm.
that choice means the world to me. I feel I'm a better doctor now. Like, I don't mind going the extra mile because I'm not exhausted. When you're working 50 hours and you're expected to go the extra mile on top of the 50 hours, it's no fun. Then you stop enjoying your profession
Mm,
because you
true.
were doing it because you want for the paycheck. And I think medicine should not be done for a paycheck. You should
Mhm.
never do medicine, nursing, and all for a paycheck. You should do it because you love it.
Yeah.
And I felt I was in a point in my life where I was not loving it anymore as much as I thought I would till I'm 70.
Mm,
So for like any other thing, less is more. I feel now because I'm doing less of it, I love it more.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So that is the reason you feel like you want to do something different.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And the thing is, my daughter, she was getting fed up. We have just one girl. So she was
Mhm.
getting fed up of being alone in the house for long
Exactly,
hours, like
exactly.
6 hours, 7 hours. She was alone after school. Like when she was
Oh,
very small, we had a child mind and we had a nanny. it wasn't that much of a problem because she had always somebody. But once they are 11, 12, you
Mhm.
don't need, because she can come back home by herself. She doesn't need anyone to be there. She's old enough to heat her own food, and she's
Yeah.
old enough. So I think once she went into secondary school, things were a bit different.
Yeah.
That's when she felt the loneliness, and then COVID did not help, because can you imagine, she couldn't see her friends. So
Mhm.
she was with people who were like her parents, so nobody associated with her age group, so because she doesn't have siblings, so she's
Mhm.
not seeing it. That's not a healthy environment,
Yeah,
because
that's
there's
true.
no socializing. We are
Mhm.
social beings, we're social
Yeah.
animals, so we have to talk to people. Where even if you're an introvert, you still need to have that social connection, even if
Yeah.
you're an
Yeah.
introvert.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
not
true.
as much as an extrovert, but you still need. And my daughter is an extrovert, so that didn't help at all. So it
Yeah.
didn't help her mental health. And so I think, more than like me getting burnt out, it was there in the back burner. But I think what really pushed me was my daughter's mental health.
Yeah. That's true, Dr. Susie, because they are our child, and in order to build the proper connection and bonding with them, we have to be around them. Apart from being very good in our professional life, we have to balance our personal life as well, specifically your bonding with your kids.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm also a mother of one, and I know that how important it is for me to be around him
Hmm.
during his growth and development, and building that strong connection with him.
Yeah,
That's amazing, Dr. Susie. That's amazing. This is
yeah,
one of the reasons why these days parents are exploring the world of online business,
yeah.
because of the freedom they are looking for. That's amazing. So, Dr. Susie, my next question for you is like, what positive changes you observed after starting this business?
I think I briefly touched upon it. Like most of us, obviously, I came into the business because I wanted to earn money. But as I first think, when people tell me why I'm so passionate about this business, is it didn't just bring me. For me, money is just the last thing it did for me. In the sense, it changed me as a person.
Mhm.
I thought I was a spiritual person, like believing in God because I read the Bible every day, blah, de, blah, 20 minutes, prayed that, but then with this business, and I'm doing a lot more, not 20 minutes, I'm more in tuned with my creator. So that, because I'm always in a state of prayer and things like that, which I think this business came to me, help me understand the importance of that, really. And it's a strange thing what God uses to make you you'd think you'd have a spiritual encounter to actually become more spiritual. But imagine something as materialistic, if you can say, as a
Yeah.
business can help you do that. So, well, God works in mysterious ways. So I think that was one thing, and I understood. I think that when I came closer to in alignment with God, I had that mental transformation. I started thinking, because before I used to be a very sad person. Although I was smiling outside, inside I wasn't smiling, because you're stressed, you're burnt out. Then you are worried about your child, then you're worried about your future. So, you had all this negativity. I didn't even realize that how negative I was, really. you know when you start doing gratitude practices, and being grateful, being prayerful, in tuned with God and stuff like that, is when I realized, wow, I'm such a negative person. So that all changed, and I live a life of gratitude. And
Wow.
even whatever happens, I don't believe things happen to me, I believe things happen for me. you know that's what I believe. The thing is, yes, I was pushed to do something different, go outside my comfort zone, because of my daughter, because I was getting burnt out. And at that point when it happened, I was like, why is this happening to me? But now I know it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Because if it hadn't had happened, I wouldn't have taken that, that difficult step. People look at me today and say I'm very confident. I can speak in a crowd. I look quite extroverted, but can I tell you, I'm a very introverted person. I love my personal space. I love actually sitting in bed and reading a book. I'm that sort. That's what gives me energy back. Like my husband and my daughter, they thrive in human connections and contacts and things like, because they are extroverted, they drive their energy from that. For me, if I do that, which I do because I lead a team and I do other things, but I know if I do that, then I have to you know get my energy back by through my prayer, meditation, and having my own space. That's why I know I'm an introvert, although people think I'm not an introvert. So I'm very introverted person. And but again, it was difficult to come out in social media because I didn't like my husband was very upset when I told him I'm doing this. Because when I started the business, I didn't tell him because I knew he would say no. Because he knows I don't like my picture being taken. I don't like my to show my face and things like that. And he said, how are you going to do social media marketing when you don't allow me to take a picture? So for me, it was completely coming out of my comfort zone. I was a person, if you see a picture, it'll be for Christmas, for a birthday, and that's about it. There's nothing else. I had social media because if my cousins children were getting baptized or christening, all those sort of things, they will say, did you see the picture? And I'll say, what picture? Oh, you're not in social media. I was actually kind of bullied into I came to Facebook only in 2016. Before that, I didn't even have Facebook. I was that
Hmm.
bad because I didn't
There
like
are a
it.
lot of similarities. There are a lot of similarities because these days people are scared of coming on social media. When we talk about social media marketing, they're having the same thing. I am not a kind of person. I am not a
Mm.
kind of person. But we pushed our boundaries. I
Yeah.
was same like that. I shut down my Facebook and 6 years. Last time, I hardly remember last time when I used, but I restarted my Facebook because of this business.
Mm.
It has that potential.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, people are like, oh, but I don't know marketing. I can't do marketing. But you just have to think, you are marketing every day you're telling your child, eat that vegetable, it's good for you. That means you're bringing about an influence, a change in the life of your child. If we go out to a restaurant and eat and you like that chicken tikka masala, if you have a very good friend who likes Indian food, you'll say, you know what, you have to go and try that chicken tikka masala from that restaurant. What are you doing? You are marketing.
Yeah.
Or if you go and if you're some person who do your nails, my daughter loves doing her nails. I'm not that sort of person. She's a teenager and she is. And if you get your nails done and some, with a nail technician and you're like, you love it, you'll be like, you have to go to her. What are you doing? You're doing free marketing for that person.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
do that all the time. If you have do a hair color, what is that color? Oh, I bought this hair color from there. What did you
yeah,
just now do? And you're doing it freely without getting money. What
yeah.
I'm doing now is I've made a decision that I'm going to do marketing and earn money for it. That's the only difference.
That's true. That's true. Amazing, 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 Dr. Susie. You're such a great inspirational person, and I'm learning so many things from you on this conversation. Oh, I,
Thank you.
at one point, I just feel like I want to listen to you. I don't want to talk. I just want to listen to you. You're that kind of person. Oh my goodness. So here, Dr. Susie, comes my next question. It is relates to our previous question, like what kind of fears you have when you started this business and how you tackle them.
Before I started this business, for a year and a half, I was looking at different possibilities. So this was not my first rodeo. I was looking at, like when you decide like I need to make extra money, how do I make extra money? What is the first thing? Like at least now there's chat gpt. 5 years ago there wasn't chat gpt, so what do? We google it. So the first thing, when I decided I want to cut my hours, but I can't, I still need an income. At least I can't go below what I'm earning now. The first thing I Googled is, because I'm a doctor, what do doctors do for extra money? That was the first thing I asked Google. What do they
Mhm.
do? So when I looked at that, the most of them, like a lucrative thing that they do is property. Okay, so what I did is I actually went into property. I paid like lots of money. I paid for a mentor for a year, I paid £16,000 just to learn property. And then obviously I had to put in more money for properties and deals and things like that. Then while I was doing that, I realized, oh, everyone's doing this marketing sort of things, rather than one to one, do it on Facebook. So I got someone to teach me how to do Facebook for 3 months. I paid that person £3,500. Just imagine, for my self education, I spend all this money. And what is and when by the so when I saw our business model, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, it was like that. Oh my god, it was like I straight away knew the potential because I had tried. Then I went into crypto. Then a friend of mine introduced me to something like an MLM, and that time I didn't know what an MLM is. Again, I was so naive, I didn't know. My friend was doing it. I trusted him and I went in. And obviously you lost money, like any typical pyramid scheme. After I got in, only realized, okay, this is more like an MLM. I didn't realize that. And it's all life. Again, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So by the time I came to know about this business and I got into the business, I was like, oh my god, where have you been? It was like that. So for me, it wasn't like, oh, this business is expensive. Oh, like 149 US dollars to learn 6 different platforms when I paid 3.5 grand. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
that
Like,
is
I was
true.
like, yeah, I was like, no, this is peanuts. And everywhere, and I did the crypto mentorship, so I was paying a membership fee for every 4 months. I made some money in crypto, I lost a lot of money in crypto. Then I felt it was not in tune with my my ethical and moral values kind of thing. I felt in between it was more like gambling. I was like, no, I can't do it. It's against my values kind of thing. I guess there is a way, because I know lots of people who do it. Maybe
Yeah.
I did it the wrong way. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm like saying I think I did it the wrong way. So by the time I did all that, I was like, no, I can't do that. So I tried a few things and lost money and made some money, lost some money. By the time I came to this business, I didn't have a doubt or fear, because I tried few things and I lost money. Then by the time I came here and saw our business model, I was like, this is a gold mine. You're telling me we have a mentor and a coach for life. You're telling me we have other coaches who, if you reach out through our communication channels, like how you reached out to me, if you reach out, they will talk to you, they will help you, they will guide you for free. Like, they're not getting anything like for having the conversations, are they? I was like, what an amazing group. What an amazing team. Like, I straight away saw the value. For life, you
Yeah,
have this. And
true.
our systems, if we were to actually maintain our automated system by ourselves, I had actually calculated it, it costs you around £21,000 a year. We don't even
Hmm.
spend a pound on it. you know it's like, it's indeed
That
like
is the
you'll
reason.
not find it anywhere else. So for me, I didn't have a fear because I tried a few things. I messed up. But the thing is, I think I have to say, I was not, I didn't care about the money. Some people, when they lose money, they're very scared then to try something else. For me, at the end of the day, it was just money and I knew I could make money. I just needed to do an extra shifts or do something like that. And I knew I could make money. So for me, I was not too worried about the money. For me, I just wanted eventually to, and by that time, I read lots of motivational books, lots of books on business. So I knew like a typical business for it to, work out takes for 5 years. So for me, it was like, and a lot of people, when they do businesses, they fail a lot of businesses before they succeed one. So because I knew the background of people who were successful, and I followed a lot of people who were successful, I knew this is the expectation. I think when you don't know those things, there is a big problem.
True, so true. Because people are nowadays not willing to wait. They do not have patience. They want to make money overnight. And that is the most of people, they come with this assumption, oh, when they heard about digital online business, they can make the money online overnight, which is not true. They
No,
have to, that's not possible. That's not possible, Dr. Susie.
no, it's not.
You're such an amazing personality. You know why? Because risk takers are definitely make changes in their life.
Yeah.
If we are sitting on the fence with the assumption that, oh no, I get fail, I can't do, and at least we are learning, right?
Mm.
You try so many things, but eventually you find your niche platform.
Exactly. For me, and that people ask how, what gives you the strength to do that? I think it was my daughter,
Amazing.
because
Lovely.
it was my biggest why. So if
Yeah.
your why is strong, you don't, like, for me, when I lost the money, I was like, I can make money, and it's just money. For me, it's just money. It was like, for me, it is just money. But if you lose time, you can never get it back. So
Amazing.
time is
So,
your biggest asset. Money is not your
so
biggest asset, it is time. But why do people go after money? Is because actually money can buy time. How can money buy time? Like, if you have enough money, instead of spending 3 hours a week cleaning the house, you get someone to clean the house, and then you spend that time with your loved one, or you put systems in place so that you can make more money.
lovely.
You know
Lovely.
what I mean? So money is a tool to buy you more time. It makes your life a lot more easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
That's
money
true.
can't make you happy, but it does make your life a lot easier.
That's true. That's true. So nice. So inspiring, Dr. Susie. Oh, so here is my next question. How much family support you get when you started this business?
uh, I think I've briefly touched. I didn't tell anyone because I knew they would say no. But my husband came to know within a month that I was doing this business.
Mm.
um, he wasn't very happy. But I think I made it a point to say that whatever it is, I'm going to do it. You'll have to just respect my space. And I think there comes a point when you really want the change. He just couldn't understand why I would do something other than being a doctor. I don't know, I think it's that mom thing in us. Like, sometimes men don't understand that. Like, for us, when our children are suffering, you just want to do something about it. And men will be like, yeah, yeah, it is there. Yeah, but we need to do something about it. What is that something? We can't expect to do the same thing over and over and again and expect a different result. That is the definition of insanity by Einstein. So doing the
Yeah.
same thing again and again and expecting a different result. So for me, you can't expect a different result by just picking up extra shifts and doing the same thing. It's going to be the same thing all over again.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So I was like, I know you're upset, but you need to give me my space. But then what happened is, we do social media marketing. And before, again, mental transformation, spiritual transformation. When this happened, my husband's actually happens to be an amateur photographer. He takes brilliant photos. He's one of those National Geographic photos where
Yeah.
people will lie down on their tummy, take their camera and focus. He's one. He's taken a, what, those bugs in the in the
Bug.
garden.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
put a
yeah.
plank, and I remember once he stood there for hours trying to get the perfect shot for a bug. So he's like I can't do that. My mind doesn't work like that. So he's that sort of person. He loves it. That's his, I think that's his hobby kind of thing. So he
Mhm.
loves doing that. And I was like, I need my photos taken. And he loved, and he used to always ask me that he wants to take my photo, and I used to say no. And then I thought, why can't I use my husband to take my photographs, take my videos and things, because he's good.
Yeah.
So if you look at my page and see reels and photographs, most of them are courtesy my husband.
Yeah, it is. I'm so impressed with all of those reels, and I was wondering, have you hired some professional photographer for that?
No, no, it's my husband actually. So he's really good, really. So I was like, and then before, when some weekend when he's off and I'm off, he used to say, "Can we go somewhere?" And I used to say, "No, I'm looking for an extra shift to pick up," because it's that scarcity mindset. Oh, I have money, but what if one need comes? We need money. We need more money.
Yeah.
For me, it was in that cycle of I've worked full time, and whenever you get a shift, you have to look for a shift and do the extra shift.
Yeah.
It
That's
was
true.
like that. Oh, what if I have to go to India? And it was all those kind of things, scarcity, man. So for me, I used to always tell him, no, I'm looking for an extra shift. So I never used to spend time. Once I started the business, I asked when he one day he was off, and I said, can we go out together? He was so shocked. I think he didn't know what to say. And
Mhm.
he said, okay, sure, let's go out. And then we went out to my different poses, videos, and things like that. And he really enjoyed it. And I think after that, what happened is, I don't care if she makes money or not, it's making me happy. And she's spending
Yeah.
more time with me. See again how the business helped our relationship.
Of
That's why I'm
course.
telling you.
Of course. Oh my
And
goodness.
this was even before the money came. People join this business for money, but this business is more than money.
More than money. More than
This
money.
is one,
That's
I'm just giving you a practical example. And my husband, then by that time, my husband didn't care. He was like, that's fine. Let her do whatever at least she's coming out with me and we're spending some time as a couple.
wow. Yeah, that's true. That's true. At
So
least
for
this business helps to build the relationship back.
Exactly, because you get more time to, like last year my husband went to India 4 times. I went and surprised my parents. I go whenever I want to now, kind of thing. When I
Yeah,
want to go, I go. That's again helping build relationships and
of
things like
course.
that, isn't it? So for me, although initially the initial month or so he was upset about it, but it again changed completely.
Of course. Of course. Amazing. So he become your biggest supporter in this business. Even
Yes,
initially
he's
he
my
was
biggest supporter. My parents are, they don't know exactly what, because a lot of people, I'm very, like, people know and see me on Facebook, and all my relatives asked my mother, what is she doing? My mother said, I don't know what she's doing, but she's coming home more often now. For them, that is
I
it.
love
It's
this.
the
I love
benefit.
this.
It's the benefit. No, they don't care what we do. Like, as long,
Yeah.
obviously, they do care if it's completely illegal, but if as
Yeah.
long as it's legal, they're not bothered about what we do.
I love this response from your mom. And
Yeah,
again,
she still doesn't know exactly. She said she posts something and she makes money. I don't know anything more.
wow. So, have you ever thought to quit this business during your journey?
No, because again, I think in my case, I tried others and I knew why this business, if this business didn't work, nothing else would. Again, that came to me because of my failure in, I wouldn't say failure, learning curves. I
Learning
think
curves.
yeah, learning curves. Like,
Mhm.
why didn't property work that much for me? I did make some money, but why was it much of a stress? There was absolutely no flexibility. If you
Mhm.
speak to real estate or realtors, as you call them, here we call them estate agents. If you call them, they'll say 9 to 5, 9 to 6. After that, it's not our working hours. That's co-working hours for me as a general practitioner. That means I
Mhm.
needed to take annual leave to go see properties, make a deal, and things like that.
Mhm.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying you can't make money with property. I'm telling you why it didn't work for me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So that was then crypto is online, like a lot of online, but it felt like gambling, and you lose a lot of money, you gain a lot of money like that. Then of course scams like MLMs and things like that. Then I got a financial advisor, and he wanted me to spend money on shares and things like that. And when I asked him, he said, yeah, in another 20 years. But I said, that means another 20 years have to be working. Yes, long term, that's good. And you have to have some options like that. But I want cash flow. I want money now. So, so
Right.
I got an idea about all these things because I contacted people. I asked their advice. I got involved in things. So for me, by the time I came here, why should it not work? This is flexible. I spend 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there to do this business. I can do it 3 o'clock in the morning. I can do it 12 o'clock in the afternoon because it's online. I decide how much time I have to put into this business. Yeah. And I can do it in my home. I can do when I'm traveling. I can do all those kind of things. The number of videos I made when I was at work. So I can do this when I'm at work, like during lunchtime. You know what? So the flexibility. So there's flexibility. This business works around me. Like even if you do things like crypto or shares and things like that, there's those closing times and when you have to make those
Yeah,
deals,
yeah,
all
that's
those
true.
kind of things.
That's
There's
true.
nothing like
Because
this here. I
yeah,
decide when I want to work.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then, most of traditional businesses, even property, I spent 16,000. There's nothing
Yeah,
like that. Like it's compared to that, there is nothing. I tell people, can you afford 2 tickets to go to India? Or can you even like financing, like can you afford like 50 pounds a month? Then you can do this business.
that's
It's
true.
not
So
like,
true.
yeah, it's not like property where like if you want to buy a house, you need to have 40,000, 30,000
Yeah, that's
straight
true.
away. And then what do you get? 200, 300 pounds a month? You
Mm-hmm.
get, like for me, I make, you know, much more than that. Now,
Yeah,
100 times more than that.
that's true. That's true, Dr.
Yeah,
Susie.
like
Yeah,
a first
because
sale.
most of yeah, because most of people scared of investment when we talk about investment, and they said,
Again, that scarcity mindset, it's because they've never done a business before. They don't know.
yeah,
I'm like, even if you do a franchise and all here in central London, if you want a KFC franchise, it's 1 million per year.
mm-hmm.
So nobody can do that. Like a normal person can't do that. But this
Yeah,
business, can you
anyone can do
sacrifice a
that.
holiday? Can you sacrifice a holiday? Then you can do this business.
Of course, of course,
Yeah.
because you have to sacrifice something to
Of
achieve
course, you have
something
to
in your life,
sacrifice something. In
and this
this idea of
business doesn't.
people, yeah, this
Yeah,
idea of people earning, getting money without anything, they have to get rid of that.
mm, so true, so true. Because sometimes people think that they can start the business without investing.
No, that's not a business. That's a scam.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Dr. Susie. Amazing conversation, Dr. Susie. Now, here is my next question for you. How long does it took for you to reach at your current level in this business?
Um, it's a bit like, what do you mean? Like, I started seeing returns when I was actually before 3 months, but yeah, around 3 months, I started seeing returns to my investment and stuff like that. I started earning like potential of earning 5 figures from 14 months. That's when I retired my husband.
Yeah,
So like that. And now obviously I'm in that phase where I earn a bit of like team sales and all that kind of. So I'm in a different level now. So it's different levels, but
yeah,
potential of earning, like, now you can have a potential of earning 5 figures between 5 to 10 months, depending on what strategy you decide to start, isn't it?
yeah. That's true. That's true. And
So
on
for
your
me, I
own
would say
efforts.
within 14 months, I reached that potential. Obviously, I'm much more higher than that. I have a bigger team now, and there's team sales and everything else coming up. So it's a bit
Yeah,
different now. But yeah,
yeah. That's true. Dr. Susie, now here is one technical question for you. In simple language, if you want to explain this business to someone who is not from this business background, how you explain our business to them?
So, what we do is social media marketing. And when we make sales in the background, we earn commissions. It's as simple as that. Are you happy to learn how to do social media? That means how to make posts, how to make videos, and things like that. It's not necessary for you to show your face, because there are people, like we have, for cultural reasons, they don't show their face and they earn five figures. So, and now there is AI, there is faceless marketing. So you can start by doing very low level and build it up. Yeah, we're not telling you first day you come into the business, show your face, talk to everyone. No, you can slowly come to that level. Make yourself
Mm-hmm.
slowly comfortable, because there's so many things. There's AI, yeah, as I've mentioned, faceless marketing, AI, and we teach you all of that. So when you actually make sales through your social media, platforms, you then earn a commission. So that is very, very simple. Obviously, there's a lot of complexities behind that. But my main thing is, are you willing to give social media marketing a try?
Lovely.
If you are, then the everything else is like, yeah, there are different steps to doing that. And, we have, obviously, we have companies and partnerships that we, affiliate with and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
again, there's no point being affiliated with them if you don't know how to do social media marketing, from my
Mm-hmm.
point of view.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
true.
only when you do the marketing and the sales happens that you earn money.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Dr. Susie. Another thing is, are we recruiting people over here?
We're not recruiting people. At least if it was a recruitment business, I wouldn't be here, because I never had the time. I was working 50 hours a week when I started this
Mm-hmm.
business. So, what we do is social media marketing. People who are interested in the business will actually make enquiries. And generally, we have our automated system through which they make the enquiries. And our automated system does the rest of the things. They will get in touch, they will keep sending reminders. If you might be getting emails from me, but I am not sending you any emails. If you're working 50 hours, my husband 60 hours, it's not like you have a lot of time to be sending people emails, chasing up people. So,
Yeah.
for recruiting means you have to chase up people. We don't chase
Mm-hmm.
people, we
Yeah.
attract people
Mm-hmm.
through our social media. And now, social media, there's lots of things. It's not like you can actually schedule posts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you're there doing. You spend about 2 hours, maybe a week, and schedule everything, and it then goes where,
Of
that
course.
particular time. So,
Yeah.
and the thing is, if you are recruiting people, means if you don't recruit people, you don't earn money. For instance, I last May, when I was the eighth top, distributor who made the sales in the whole of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Eighth top distributor
Wow.
who made
Kudos.
sales in whole of Europe. I've been only at that point doing the business for less than 3 years. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
was the eighth top distributor. There are people doing this business having bigger teams. At that time, I think I had 80 people. My team was just 80. We have people in our group who has more than 2,000, 3,000 people. So,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to say is, I made more sales than them. So, if it was like a recruitment business, how is it possible for me to make more sales than someone else who has a bigger team?
Of
It's as
course.
simple as that. It's not possible.
Yeah. That's true.
You
That's true.
get compensated by when you make sales in the background, but it's not when you recruit people.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you
Lovely.
make sales. It's as simple as that.
Lovely.
Your
Lovely.
commission depends on your sales volume and not the number of people in your team, which clearly, from the example I have given you, explains it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's
80
true.
and 2000. See, just check the math.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Amazing, amazing response, Dr. Susie. Oh my goodness. One person, she asked me a very good question. Like, can you tell me with transparency, does it help? She asked me this question. So if you were at my place, what you answer?
Well, if it didn't help, I wouldn't be here. I spent about 15 years to get to my position, and not bragging a lot, I did, before becoming a GP, I did part of my MRCP, retrained to be a GP. I am a diabetes expert. I used to do, I used to lead long COVID in the in the community when COVID was there, connecting primary care to secondary care to the hospital. I used to be primary care network lead. That means as one of some of our stakeholders are people in the NHS in the commissioning level for learning disability, homeless, and and palliative care. So I used to do all these things. So for me to come to that level, and now I'm also, in addition to all that, at the moment, I'm also like a clinical lead for a private company for obesity, the Manjaro and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I'm lead, like I lead a group of GPs and nurse practitioners. So to come to where I am, to all my leadership roles, kind of took me 15 years to get to the level where I am, where I can do all these things. I've been now a qualified doctor for 22 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you have to think that if this business was not more profitable than what I do, I wouldn't be doing it.
Mhm.
I am doing this because it is more profitable. I earn a month more, 2 to 3 times my NHS salary a month. That is why
Lovely.
my husband's at home at the moment cooking for my daughter. He's a chef by background, so he loves cooking and he's cooking for our daughter. I can smell the
Yeah.
fish. He's making salmon. So I can smell the fish.
So
So
lucky you are. So lucky you are.
yes, I am not lucky, I'm blessed. I'm
Blessed.
blessed.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
correct vocabulary is blessed.
yeah. So I'm blessed. So and yeah, if it was not profitable, I wouldn't be able to retire my husband who earned as much as a GP within
Yeah.
14 months.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy to do that.
Yeah. That's true.
I think
That's
anyone living in the UK, Canada can understand, do a bit of math in their head, and
yeah. Lovely. Lovely.
I would be
Wow.
doing.
Such a great learning from you, Dr. Susie. Such a great learning. So here is my last question. What message would you like to give to my audience today?
If you're waiting to get all the information before you take the next step, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. Every day, Harminder and me, we are learning new things. Every day. No matter you do this business for 10 years, also you'll be learning things because things are changing at such a fast pace in every area, in business, in your workplaces, in medicine. What I learned 20 years ago, 22 years ago when I passed my MBBS, those things are outdated now. It's that fast paced, things are changing. Drugs which I used 5 years ago, now we are not supposed to use it anymore. So things are changing. So if you think you want to get all the information, because sometimes the information has to develop and grow, all you have to make a decision is, I want to make change my life. I can see a lot of women and men doing this business successfully with their full-time jobs, and it's changed their life. So my question is, do you want your life to change? What is the cost to you for still remaining where you are? How many more soccer games are you going to miss? Are you going to jeopardize your child's mental health? Are you going to tell no to your parents abroad when they have fallen and had a fracture and you are crying here because you can't afford to stay for a month or two with them to look after them in their old age. This business has given us an opportunity to actually say, you know what, if you don't even pay me, I don't care, because my business will pay my rent, will pay my bills, and I can go and look after my family. So what is the cost of inaction for you today? Are you willing to take that risk? Yes, business is risk, but so is inaction. I think that is your biggest risk, because how do you know tomorrow you're going to have your job? What if you become well? I have a business partner who's doing the business now for 4 months. Well, he's also a chef, well paid job. 2 years ago, he had a heart attack. When he was in hospital bed, the only thing was thinking about, if I die today, who will look after my family? Do you want to wait till it's that late? Or do you want to leave a legacy for your family? And know that whether you're there or not, their life is sorted. We don't have a crystal ball. Our life is in God's hand. And when God calls you, you have to go. But are you leaving people behind with debt, or are you leaving them with memories and a legacy? The choice is yours.
Such a lovely message, such a lovely inspirational message, Dr. Susie Jacob. And thank you once again. I am so much emotional at this time and so blessed at the same time, because I'm a part of such a great business community who
Yeah.
changed my mindset.
Yeah.
Amazing, lovely. Thank you. Thank you for coming
Thank you.
to my
Thank you. Thank you for
platform.
having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.